Okay, so as I mentioned, the name of the game for me was always to collect as many contact details as I could. And I found that by having this draw and asking people to enter, I got a huge number of entries. Like one of the shows that I did, I had over 700 entries filled in. And although many, very many of them were not interested in my business, they just wanted to go in the draw, it actually did increase the number of interested contacts I could gather. So if it was just trying to get people who already knew they wanted to book a party or already knew they wanted to join, you'd only end up with very few contacts or very few people from that, which might be how you want to do it, which is absolutely fine. But for me, I decided that the more I could get, while I understood I was going to get a very large number of people that were not interested, it would actually increase the number of interested people I would get. So let's say out of 700 forms, I might get 150 people actually interested in the business or actually interested in the products, some aspect of the business. And to me, that's better than restricting it and ending up with 10. So that was what I did. But what you need to know if you do that is that you need a way to be able to deal with that number of entries. So all I did was stand there with my clipboards and with a survey, with a form that they needed to fill out, and all I had to do was say, look, would you like to enter our free draw? And as they're filling out the form, then I could chat to them if I had time. If I didn't have time, I would be getting somebody else to fill out a form as they walked past as well, and just keep the numbers coming in. As soon as they had gone, I would write on the form, give them a score, HML, high, medium, low interest. And that then let me, after the show, decide who to contact. Because obviously with hundreds of low interest people, chances of me actually contacting them were pretty much zero, but that was okay because I knew that there'd be a lot of those people in there as well. So that was how I would sort it out. Now with that number of leads, of course I'm not the only person on the stand for the weekend. A lot of fairs might be 3 days long, and over that time there'd be a whole lot of consultants coming in and taking turns on the stand. So this would be the results from the entire 3 days that get spread out amongst each of us. So the main thing is that I did not want people to walk past who may well have been interested, and because when they walk past, I've got them interested in my products, and then off they go and see my competitor and decide to talk to them because they're a bit more organised than me. So all I wanted was contacts, and then I had to deal with that later. So here was what my form, this is sort of like a prototype of what you could do with your form. The idea of the form is that people can choose some options, and these options are actually meant so that they can be conversation starters when I call them. So really all it is you enter our draw, fill in the form, and you're in to be drawn on whatever date. And so whatever your company name is, this is for them to say, I use your products and love them. I've heard of your products, but I haven't tried of them. I've never heard of them. And when you call people, that's a really good thing to start off with. Look, I noticed that you've heard of our products and you haven't tried them yet. I'm just wondering, where have you seen them? And get them chatting about them. And then what have you heard about them? So that's a great question to start off. So I noticed on the form that you wrote that you've never heard of our products before. Have you ever tried any similar sorts of products? So it's just to get a conversation going. It's not for any other reason than that. I've seen a lot of forms that just say pretty much the bottom part here, like I want to have a party, I want to know about the business, I want to go on your list, and that's all it says. And I don't believe that that helps in trying to start a conversation well. This top part works actually really well for conversation starting. And then of course you want to know what they'd like, so they have to choose one at the top, choose as many as you like, I'd like to get some friends together, get some free gifts, keen to know how I can earn money doing what you do. Please add me to your list. And this last one I didn't do at the beginning, but it turned out to be, it looks like it is probably a bad idea, but it actually turned out to be a brilliant idea. I'm just filling this in to go in the drawer. Please don't call me or add me to any list. Now, you know, before I did this, I had people tick everything and show themselves to be really interested in what I'm offering, and then when I called them thinking, my goodness, look at all these amazing hot leads I've got, when I called them they were not the slightest bit interested. So rather than go through that, I started putting this on the form. I'm just filling it in to go in the drawer. Please don't call me or add me to any list. And people seemed so relieved to be able to tick that. Of course they're still in the drawer, but I don't have to call them. This is definitely an L person that ticks this. So I don't have to call them. I can just stick them into a pile and they don't want to be added onto a list, and that's brilliant. Best time to contact me, and you could have this as you can circle the day of the week, or circle morning, evening, afternoon, or they can just write it, whatever you like, and then of course you need some details. It shouldn't take too long for them to do, which is why the tick boxes are quite good. And the phone number is because you can let them know that you're going to contact them by email, and you've got the phone number there. If you don't get round to calling everybody, at least if the email bounces, you can double check their email as well.